This month on Images, massage therapy students gain hands-on experience. See what's brewing behind the scenes in the business of craft beer. And the anniversary celebration continues with more stories from COD's 50 years. All of that and more on this edition of Images. Welcome to Images. I'm your host, Rio Almaria, admissions representative at College of DuPage. Our program is a great way to stay connected with everything happening at your community college. From relaxation and stress relief to sports and clinical settings, licensed massage therapists are in demand. And at College of DuPage's massage therapy program, students gain the skills to begin a rewarding career in this healing profession. With plenty of experience that is truly hands-on.
Massage therapy is a vital healing profession with increasing employment opportunities in a variety of work environments. The massage therapy program at College of DuPage prepares students with the knowledge and experience to become a licensed massage therapist. This comprehensive program incorporates lecture and hands-on training in the theory and practice of various forms of massage, with a strong focus on sports and clinical massage.
Well, an overview of College of DuPage massage therapy program would be the fact that you can complete the program in 1 year. It's 750 hours, which exceeds the state minimum. And students along the way will learn not only how to give a Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, prenatal massage, they will also be exposed to the sciences, so anatomy and physiology, biomedical terminology, kinesiology, those types of subjects as well.
A lot of people don't understand the different ways in which you can use massage as a career. Of course, a lot of people do work in spas, but a lot of massage therapists work for chiropractors, a lot work with sports teams, a lot work even backstage at rock concerts sometimes. So I think the thing to know is that there's a lot more job opportunity out there.
Basically, I worked in finance for about 23 years. Was laid off with the recession, and I thought, you know what, it's time that I can do something a little bit different. Researched a few areas, and basically massage therapy kind of stuck out to me and interests me. I went to an information session and I was hooked.
COD's one-year program prepares students to take the licensing exam and begin a rewarding career as a licensed massage therapist. Gain practical, hands-on experience through College of DuPage's open-to-the-public student massage clinic, as well as participation at other non-classroom campus activities. Our students enjoy small class sizes for individual, personalized attention from our highly experienced instructors, industry professionals with decades of experience in all types of massage.
So while I'm doing this, I'm going to start increasing my pressure a little bit, right?
The program's been going for about 5 years, but in that 5 years we've already developed a reputation for the quality level of our graduates. Once they get out of here and they take the test, they're all working. Everybody's working, and it's not a long time. It's very quickly. A lot of times they have interviews while they're still in school.
When a student comes to COD to study massage therapy, they can expect a real growing opportunity. They will learn how to use their body properly to prevent injury. They'll learn how to do the basic strokes, and then they'll take those basic strokes and make them more specific in Technique 2, and even more specific in Technique 3. So by the end of their studies here at COD, they will be well versed in doing spa massage, relaxation massage, deep tissue massage, and even medical massage, clinical massage. So they come out very well rounded.
Licensed massage therapists work in a variety of environments, from spas to hospitals to sports teams. Become a part of this growing profession with a strong job outlook.
You know, I actually think the job outlook is really good right now. There are plenty of places especially in this area, that will hire someone who is just a recent graduate. So there's really a lot of places where you can go and just get some good basic experience.
I like therapeutic massage. I can do Swedish relaxation, but I feel good after if I help people, especially if they have problems.
I look more working in a chiropractic clinic. Before the client comes in to see the chiropractor, give them a massage, work them out, figure out what's going on. For me, it's always been something with athletics, so that's something I'm driven towards.
You're basically helping people feel better. I mean, and that's really gratifying when someone comes in and they don't feel great at all, and they leave and they say, even a little bit, hey, I feel a little bit better. That's pretty gratifying, and you don't get that a lot with a lot of other careers.
Massage therapists are in demand. Let College of DuPage help you get started in this growing field. For more information about the massage therapy program at College of DuPage, visit us on the web at cod.edu/massage therapy or call 630-942-2208.
In this clip, 50 Years of Stories chronicles the emerging concept of a learning resources center with multiple services under one roof, making the library the heart of the college.
The J building was the library, and it was the center of J building. And then there was some classroom space around the outside. And we also had television production. The year I started in 1975, we started the radio station. And the first radio station manager, Bob Blake, shared my office. He had no space. And we had audio production, we had a photographer, and we had graphic arts. So all the work, design and everything, all that was part of this exciting concept of the Learning Resources Center, everybody put together. And Dick Ducote, who was our first dean, he was a very experienced librarian. He was a very fine librarian, and he's the one that got us started. And the book collection was probably about 30,000 books. And which today I know it's up about 250,000 maybe, in magazines and all the other things. And so it was really an exciting time, to get started with that. Our library's always been the heart of the college, and I hope it still is today. I'm sure it is. It was the heart of the college. Everybody went there. I knew everybody. Okay, people say I was always introducing people because everybody comes to the library. I started with the card catalog and the Reader's Guide. No one would have imagined that we would have the internet. Absolutely, not on the radar. Originally, the college had what we called a title lookup. We had a computer system from day one where they entered all the books and you could go and look up a title. And that was tied into the circulation system. Nobody had that. That was actually designed by our computer people. And we always were cutting edge. We always were ahead of the curve of everybody. And so when we had computer systems, people would come and say, wow, I wish we had something like that. But again, that was because the Board of Trustees, the presidents that we had, and the leadership we had in the library were committed to this. We went to a point where we've opened up the library to the community. And I would always explain to someone and say, you're my public library. I said, no, we're open to the public, but we're a college library. We support the curriculum. Well, who drives that is the faculty, okay? The librarians don't. The library doesn't belong to the librarians, okay? The library belongs to the students, it belongs to the faculty, and then to the community. We make it work, but it's not my library. Students are still hanging from the ceiling in there. It's always been the way. Students come in there, and now the focus changes, so you see today people more on computers, and we used to have this horror about them bringing coffee to the library. Now everybody brings coffee, and it's very cool. I'm cool with that.
This next story from College of DuPage's history demonstrates the immeasurable and sometimes life-changing rewards of interdisciplinary study and international travel.
I've had so many opportunities at the college to take students abroad and on backpacking adventures, and there's so many different kinds of events that have occurred. Probably one of the most powerful things that occurred was when I was with a group in Tanzania, and most of these were traditional College of DuPage students. And here we were in sub-Saharan Africa, and I talked to our safari people that we were working with, our guides that were taking us to all different kinds of villages, and I said, can you take us to this very remote village? And we went into this remote village, and they said, would you like to see the bush people? And now bush people, I'm not even sure if that's the proper term these days for those people, but it was fascinating. We went on a hike into the wilderness, and we encountered these people who obviously had seen people before that had been brought out to them. And it was such a unique experience as we saw these men that were in tattered clothes coming in with a small antelope that had been completely skinned out in the field, and the women digging for roots, and we sat and we talked to them. Now these are students from the College of DuPage who are sitting in a circle talking with these people that literally live in the wilderness by choice. They had tried to integrate them into society, and they left society and they went back into the wilderness to rediscover their culture and the true way that they wanted to live. That's just one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had, and to be able to share that with students in the moment and just see what the world is all about and what our role or our place could be in terms of bringing people together and bridging communities. I would love to see every student here at the College of DuPage have the resources and the ability to explore cultures around the world. Can you imagine if every student that came through the College of DuPage had to have an international experience? If we could build that in. We know it's transformative. We know when you meet people from other cultures, it transforms you. It changes your perspective. It creates more empathy and understanding, and ultimately, I believe, will prevent future problems and wars from occurring in the grandest sense. So I would hope that in the future, the college continues to expand global education, field studies, and really gives our students an opportunity and access to push beyond their own limited scope and see the world beyond the classroom.
Coming up next, with a thriving community in the Chicagoland area, College of DuPage's Business of Craft Beer program teaches students about the business side of this booming industry. You love craft beer. Now, learn the skills necessary for a career in this growing industry with the Business of Craft Beer program at College of DuPage.
What I love about the craft beer industry is that it is truly a family. This industry is welcoming for everyone.
It is a very unique industry in that those that you are inarguably competing with for shelf space or tap space, you tend to become friends with.
You know, craft beer is growing so fast and it's changing so much. There's so much elasticity in it that we really need to get people that are qualified to understand it and be able to adapt to it.
You know, I think this is really a unique time in the arc of American craft beer. You know, a program like this, feeding people that are interested and giving them professional skill sets is really valuable for employers, for distributors, for brewers, for retail. You know, there's a lot of different opportunities out there in a growing industry, and I think this is a unique way to develop some of those skill sets.
It's just not enough to have a great beer recipe and the desire to go brew beer and sell beer. You need a good understanding of the business to be successful.
No matter what area interests you the most, College of DuPage's Craft Beer program helps you understand the essentials of the business. Featuring hands-on courses conducted at local breweries and at College of DuPage, this program prepares students to pursue a variety of career opportunities.
I believe that the goal of the program was to help educate people as to what truly goes into the beer in the glass.
Right? You've got a beer. It's already made, but where does it go? Right? There's a lot of confusion on what to do with beer once it's made. This is the course that helps you find a way to move it into product at retail, through a brewery out of front of house, and maybe through a distributor. This gives you an opportunity to understand how to get into a career doing one of those things as opposed to physically brewing the beer.
You know, a lot of people are passionate about beer, but a lot of people don't realize that it's also a business. And this is something that we take very seriously. There's a professional attitude, there's a professional approach, and what kind of shows through in American beer on a consumer level may not actually be what's going on behind the scenes.
There are so many opportunities to work in the beer industry today, from actually working in the brewery and brewing a batch of beer to brand development, social networking, marketing, front of house management, you know, being a buyer at the various bars and restaurants. There's so many opportunities.
Learn local. With a curriculum designed by the area's leading professionals and entrepreneurs, COD's program was built from the ground up, equipping students with the skills, knowledge, and contacts that will be most valuable in the current market.
It's huge that the people teaching this class and the people that were a part of developing the curriculum for this craft beer program are actually working in the industry now.
We're going to cover everything from your beginning concept to business plans, how to deal with different properties, the government, and actually executing the plan.
You got guys like myself or John Barley, who owns Solemn Oath, who are going to come together and bring two very different perspectives on how to teach a class about beer business, because we've done it two different ways and we've both got a different set of experiences leading into that.
When we structured the courses, one of the things that we wanted to do was have at every class session not only a lesson where students obviously could follow along and gain some knowledge from, but we wanted them to have some contact with industry members. So we pulled in guest speakers every time we had a class. We actually have owners, we have brewers, we have distributors. Everyone who's in the industry is teaching a portion of the program.
Direct access to a lot of high-profile people within our industry here locally. This is a program that provides that. You know, the connections that we have, immediate connections that we have within the industry, are invaluable for the students as well.
I did not expect or know that we were going to meet so many people in industry. It's been great just to be able to talk to them and understand the obstacles that you have to face, some of the challenges.
It's given me a lot more ability to be confident in talking about beer styles, which I think is really important when you work in craft beer. Being able to talk to the customers about what products you have on, have product knowledge, be able to offer suggestions. It's just been an amazing experience, and I definitely would recommend it.
You know, we're an industry that has a sophisticated consumer, and they want information. And a program like this enables the students to get that information to pass on.
You know, creating a program where there's an education base to feed into an industry that's growing as quickly as ours is great. You know, we're looking for talented people coming from all walks of life. You know, this is an opportunity for people to excel and show us that, you know, beer is something that they're very interested in on a professional level.
I would absolutely hire someone that's taking these classes, and I would be much more interested in seeing this on a resume, and that's pretty much going to bring you right to the top of my pile. I'm going to meet with you guaranteed if I know that you've taken this set of classes.
Craft beer is a culture unlike any other. Love it? Learn it. For more information about the Business of Craft Beer program at College of DuPage, check us out on the web at cod.edu/craftbeer. Looking back to the earliest days of the college, a strong athletic department shares makeshift practice facilities and borrowed fields, cooperating to develop a winning tradition and build championship programs. Now that's what I call teamwork.
In athletics, nothing started in athletics in any of the community colleges, unless DuPage did it first. It was like, you guys try it, and if it works, we'll try it, but if you don't, we won't. And so DuPage, if you look at the history of the community colleges, you see DuPage started this, DuPage started this, DuPage started this. Well, yeah, we did.
We have the maintenance building on the far west side. That was our gymnasium. Our team had a practice there early in the morning, 6:30, along with the wrestling, who was up in the balcony, and the gymnastics, who was on the main floor, and we had what was left. We had to get together. You can't have 3 programs running in that small gymnasium without having some conflicts, but we all worked them out, and it turned out pretty good.
One thing we had dedicated people, and we had a great program. And we didn't have anything else, but we did a lot with little, and that was an important part of it. We were here 16 years before we had a pool.
The Berg building was in construction. We had the top floor, which was vacant, nothing but concrete. And so we moved up there indoors, and we trained up in the 3rd floor of that building for, I think, 2 or 3 years when they finished the first couple floors, or first floor. So we did move around a lot. But you know, and all the programs had to do that. And it never bothered anybody. I mean, just ran a program thinking, well, not that it's going to get better, because we didn't really think of that at all. We just ran our programs, which was, and we did get a lot of encouragement from the college, which was nice.
We didn't have a home field in the first 2 years, and I got together with our horticulture department, and we built our own practice facility 1 year, and then we put a game field together the 2nd year. And that's the kind of cooperation we had in those days. It was just great, and my hat was off to them, and I can remember the guy working out there until 9, 10 o'clock at night, plowing the fields and making things right. And then we built a locker room on campus, on the west side of campus, which was more than adequate, more than what we needed. We built a weight room, which was needed, and we started to take off about the 3rd year.
Those of us who were fortunate enough to be here at the beginning, we were part of the building. We had an input. They actually talked to us. So some of the things that were there, we had talked about, and to see this now occur was just, breathtaking.
I look at the facilities they got now, are magnificent. Nothing would compare with what DuPage has.
Stay tuned for another 50th anniversary story about the impact dedicated teachers have had on students' lives for 50 years, right after this exercise tip from Chaparral Fitness.
Dumbbell row. Place a dumbbell on either side of a flat bench. Position yourself on the same side of the bench. Place the knee and hand closest to the bench onto the bench. Using a neutral grip, pick up the dumbbell with the other hand. Pull your shoulder blade back while keeping your arms straight and your back flat. Contract your shoulder blades together. Slowly pull the dumbbell straight up as far as possible, keeping your elbow tucked in. Concentrate on pulling the weight up with your back muscles and not your forearm. Slowly lower the dumbbell back to the starting position. Do not let the working shoulder drop down at the bottom of the movement.
Students will post things on Facebook, when there's some little teacher thing about teachers are so great or whatever. Someone will post and they will talk about things that I did for them or that their teachers did for them. And so you never really know the impact.
One of them, I was at a state conference one time, and this young man got up. He gave me credit for giving him the courage, whatever, to go on with his education, and indeed he even became a speech major because he had thought about just dropping out after the 2nd year, and he was now head of a department at a community college in downstate Illinois. So, when you hear things like that, you feel like maybe you did a good job.
I had a number of students that
I actually interviewed as the dean of the division towards the end of my tenure here that were my students, that they had come back and they had finished through a master's degree in mathematics, and they came back and were interviewed for job positions. I had, I think, at least 3 like that, and that was a good feeling. Teachers don't usually get that kind of feedback. You know, if you are an artisan and you make something with your hands, you can see it right away. But teachers don't usually get that kind of feedback, and that was wonderful.
Nursing was a very, very demanding program, and there was a young woman who was sent to me by one of the instructors. She was very good clinically. She could do the work as a nurse, but she froze on written tests, and she wasn't doing well. So I had just learned this new technique in counseling. So I said to this young woman, well, I learned this new technique. If you'd like to try it, I'll do it with you. If it fails, you won't be any worse off, and if it succeeds, you know, whatever. It did succeed, and she was able to graduate from the nursing program, and she came back to me and brought me a couple little vases that I still have, because when she graduated, she went to work in the oncology ward at Loyola. And that's a tough place to work. You know, she was a good nurse if she could work on the oncology ward. And so I felt that that was a tremendous success, because she would not have made it without my intervention, which was simple.
As an educator, it makes me really feel good that people got something meaningful in their life by having their experience here at College DuPage, that this part of their life help them in the next step of their life.
And that's the thing you need to realize as a teacher, like everything that you do is going to have an impact of some sort on someone. You never know what comment you make or what, thing you decide to talk about in class is going to have an effect on a student. And I think that was true 50 years ago, and it's true today, and it'll be true tomorrow.
There's always so much happening at College of DuPage. Be sure to watch Images every month to stay on top of it all. Until next time, I'm Rio Almaria.